What's up everyone, it's Jambor's new video and reaction to second semi-final. I will go through the snippets of each of the songs to a little bit remind what songs are there, how they sound, how the mix really works together. And I will do some conclusions, something what I think might get through, what doesn't, what I would like to get through, how I really think it would end up. It's more likely a polemic, right? It's not a real statistic going through like I did last year with the mathematic models. It kind of worked, like I would say 75%, but you know, there so many things can happen which can influence all the results. Only public is voting, and who will do great marketing, who will have a great story, who will somehow get in advance to people's mind has a bigger chance than their previous one. And also the diasporas, we know that also neighbor voting, and those are all the things. There is zero balance, so maybe it's not also about just the quality of songs, let's see, but also about those little details which really plays roles and making Eurovision a little bit less relevant every single year nowadays. But let's watch the snippets first, let's get through it, and then let's jump to some type of conclusions. Of course, you can choose what you like. Also write me in the comments below who would you like to go through, who do you think will go through, and so on and so forth. Also become a member if you want to support this channel. It's cheap, but you can support me and you will receive exclusive content. And basically that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So let's watch the snippets now. I'm extremely curious because of course I forgot all the songs. That this is the first year at Eurovision where zero of the songs which were released so far, I'm still waiting for France, is not in my Spotify playlist. Like zero. So this is also something which makes it a little bit interesting in the way I have no idea who can kind of make it or not, because there's also nothing I would like, yes, this is that crazily somehow good, even though there are songs which I think which are a little bit superior to the rest. In general, the quality went low, really lower in general. So let's watch this together. It will be a lot of talking, basically, video. So I hope you will enjoy the different type of feeling. Let me just check where I have it. Over here. Do we have Armenia? Oh, this guy. Got a very manly song. This is probably the only one like that. The complete opposite is Austria. It's also man, but it's completely opposite atmosphere, right? Austria. This is probably the strongest song this year. Czechia. Like, I think unless this absolutely unnecessary dance break, it would be a great song. Somehow, Denmark, this is a really good song. I think this can really work very well. Finland, I don't like it personally, but I think it's extremely cheap. But Eurovision, Georgia, I just reacted on it. I don't get it song. Greece, this is somehow approachable, really. Ireland, very approachable. It's more junior Eurovision song, you know, but I think it's a catchy melody. Israel, this is a huge contender, but also the song kind of, we had better songs at Eurovision. This is Latvia's Vesna, kind of, might work. And Lithuania, this is great song live, because this guy is really great live. Not as a song, I don't like it that crazily much, but I really like the performance. And Luxembourg, also kind of like a junior Eurovision song. Malta, serving. This is a public voting magnet. Montenegro, I completely forgot about the song. This is the most classical song like that. And Serbia, oh, Serbia has this guy. So many songs from like eras which shouldn't come back at all. Okay, this is all those 16 songs. All those 16 songs happened, and let's now go through it, because when you go through snippet, you would say like, yes, of this great song, this great song, this great song, and that, and this, and how. It's like, okay, next, like, only Austria, it's, I think, different level, because it works overall. It has all the big recipe, not for winning Eurovision, might be, and I think it will be. Like, I think this is, if I just take the song quality and how probably it can also reach the masses for voting. I'm not saying that this will become an international hit, because probably it won't. But on Eurovision, if the stage and the presence will be great, I think this is the strongest song by the song melody itself. It can be completely, like what I say, can completely get wrong when the live performance appears, because charisma of the artist is extremely important. If this is the strength or drama or something, or if it be just a performance brilliantly sung, who knows. I'm very curious how it will look, very curious what kind of emotion it will deliver, but the song itself has coded the emotion itself in it, kind of approachable for masses. So I think this is our winner song, and this is also the song which will definitely go even through public voting. Anyway, if it's 1-to-1, it needs to also go very well with public, and I think this is it. So Austria for sure, in my opinion, is qualifying. Again, it's still my opinion, right? But this is also how I feel. Now, we have Lithuania, Armenia, Montenegro, Greece, Ireland, Australia, and Latvia in the first part of semi-final. And in the second part, we have Czechia, Israel, Malta, Finland, Denmark, Luxembourg, Georgia, Serbia. It's kind of strange semi-final in the way that there are some stronger songs, I would say, this year in general in this one. Also, countries which I think would support each other. I don't know, Greece, Armenia, Ireland, Australia, also UK is voting in this semi-final. France is voting in the semi-final, if I'm not wrong. France and Germany. So this is very good news for Lithuania, but also Latvia, I would say. It's a good news for Ireland and Australia, kind of. And also this is a good news for Luxembourg, because this is a song in French. Also Israel. So if you just go by this mix, there are countries which are kind of the verge of qualification. In my opinion, the only country which I can really knock from here, kind of, that it won't qualify, I would say Serbia. Like, it has Montenegro in here to vote to each other. It has Austria, but really, is this the song which also the diaspora will vote automatically to? Or it's like, okay, not this year. I will not put money on this. And I think this will happen because such a song, it's really like a different era of quality, everything. This is like the weirdest choice ever. It would be always considered like this. Maybe in 90s, maybe in 2000s. I know we are getting back to this era kind of also by quality, and I don't want to say that this artist, this prince, is not a good singer. It just doesn't fit. It reminds me when we sent as Czechs Kabat, to Eurovision. Like, it's extremely popular in Czechia and everything, but like by logic it makes like zero sense, to if you want to succeed. So for me, Serbia, this is not it. And also then I would a little bit say Georgia. Even I think Greece will support Georgia, Israel will support Georgia. This is like, those are those alliances which people has among each other. This is so fascinating for me. Who will get, the least points, and how big number of points will be necessary to receive, because this is tricky, right? It's 16 countries. 3 other countries, France, Germany, and UK, are voting also, and also the online world vote, let's say, is here. So it's 16 plus 4, so it's 20, but you cannot vote for your own country. So 19 countries, 12 points, blah blah blah, etc., etc. I will not count it now, how many we needed, but I think around, because this is a bigger semifinal, more points will be delivered. So I think for qualification around 40 points will be needed, maybe 45, something like this. And this, I think, will get tricky, because there will be least countries which will receive like nothing, because, for example, Georgia, I'm almost sure that this lady from Georgia will absolutely smash it live vocally, but the song, but that will receive points from some type of public, in compared to completely like songs which even though this semifinal doesn't have joke acts in it, it's completely full in the first one, which is crazy. Even though there is a Finland, which kind of can be taken like this. But for example, Finland in general doesn't have a natural voting country in this setup, right? It has Germany. It speaks it's in German, so it might be Germany, and I think this is kind of like this something what Germany can really like. But what, for example, Israeli people will think about it? What will Maltese support another thing which can, like, you know? This will be very curious. But who I think will qualify? So I think for sure it will be Austria. I think it will be. This will be hard. I think it will be Lithuania, because I think this guy, this frontman, if they will sell his charisma, can really has all the votes from the women's side of public, and maybe also men's side. I don't know, but I would say from women's side for sure, if they will watch, because he has this very huge charisma. I don't think Armenia will make it, in my personal opinion. I think this guy is not that great live, and also I don't think that this it's too aggressive, the song, somehow unnecessarily, that it won't really work. Montenegro, I don't think it will qualify. Greece, I think will qualify third. Ireland will have it very hard, and Australia will also have it hard, but they will at least split some points among each other. It can help them. It will depend really on live performances, because both Ireland and Australia, I very believe that they will master the staging or somehow the live performance. Because Ireland we saw, and Australia I think more likely they can do it. Last year it was a disaster, weird thing, but this year I think they attack on this let's say gay community very much, and I think this will be appreciated. So this really go straightforward like this, also with the funny topic. It's kind of a jokish act actually, so, and there are not so many, so I think this might work for this effect. We can also count Malta actually into it, right? But I think this is a quality. It's more than just a joke act. It's not primitive, this song, you know, kind of. Also Australian is not like it's just a topic. Latvia, Tautomeitas, you know, in normal years you would say that those songs in native language, somehow very rural, somehow very pagan, let's say, they would work. I don't think that this year is the year for such music somehow, but I would say also Latvia will get through. So we have 4. Ireland, Australia, I'm still doubting. Czechia is, in my opinion, qualifying, but it would be a very shock non-qualification. But the guy can really sing well live. Like, he can really do it. I think you also saw it in Malta. This is a strength. I think they only did one issue with the song, is that they combined two completely and put completely wrongly the dance break there. And if you watch also the music video, it feels completely inappropriate, even the choreography, to how the atmosphere goes. So I'm extremely curious how they will balance this, because I think like this was the song, if it was taken completely seriously, which would contend with Austria for winning Eurovision, honestly. And I think with this dance break, I think that they risk the thing that for who is this song? It's for people to vote for it. People will say, "Oh my God, the Eurovision killed it," and this, I think, the same way would be said by juries, and it can be a shock. But I think Czechia is qualifying, so this is 6th, I think. Who I said? Austria, Lithuania, Greece, Latvia. Well, I think Latvia will qualify. Czechia, Israel's for sure qualify, might be also from the first place because it's only public voting semifinal, and of course this diaspora and Jews and everybody around it, especially if some scandal will appear again, it will actually help Israel. Malta is going through also, so this is 7. Malta for sure. I think Malta can even win the semifinal, honestly, because I think this is overall the thing people would like to watch and what would like to vote for. Finland, I think we are overestimating Finland a little bit. I think it won't end up that greatly, but still I would say it qualifies. And Denmark, I would say also is qualification thing. It's a serious quality, like dancey song or club song, which works universally. So for people who are like, let's say me, the normal viewers who are not so much into it and really would like to enjoy some really good music, this is one of the least which doesn't try to play some game. It is what it is. From first second to the end, absolutely understandable song, can make it happen if they do a really good staging. It's up to them. Luxembourg, I don't think it's qualifying. Georgia is not qualifying. Serbia is not qualifying. Also, I think, but they will take some points. So I think this is 9. So again, Austria, Lithuania, Greece, Latvia, Czechia, Israel, Malta, Finland, Denmark. Yes, and one more song which can make it, and I would say it would be Australia in this case, because it's a song for a specific target group which definitely watch semifinals of Eurovision more than regular viewer. Lots of them are waiting for the finals, so this will have the support. Of course, also it's kind of very different, and I think this is the only ultra clear jokish thing with a man in it which would really work. I think they will do something crazy. This is my feeling. This is what I think would qualify. If it's completely on me, who I really would like to qualify, it's Austria, Lithuania, Greece, also Latvia, I would say, Czechia, Israel, Malta, Denmark. That's basically it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those other songs really much. This is crazy, right? Like, I would rather have a semi-final where I would like to say, like, I would so like from 16 songs, 14 to go through, 12. Who might it be? The thing is that, on the other hand, I really don't care who will make it through. I will be very surprised for Austria and Czechia. This would be like a surprise, but I don't believe in such a thing. Like, public votes for the quality also, and I think the top quality will be recognized in here. If I can tell that I would be a little bit worried for Czechia, I think this is just something not too over, to really, to be humble about it a little bit more, but there is a quality, like he can really serve it, and I think this is still like one of the better songs in semi-final, but like it is, and it just simply depends, for example, because I think it's targeting the same group of voters primarily as Australia. So this is actually that I would be very curious about it. And also in this semi-final, Czechia in general doesn't have the country which would normally vote for it. We don't have this neighbor vote thing. It doesn't work with Germany. It doesn't work for us with Poland, or like world vote. Slovaks will vote for it from the world vote, but this is just one country from many. So yeah, this is, I'm very curious if this actually Slovak diaspora from Europe would help this to go through. That might happen, but there are not so many, so let's see. And most of the people from diaspora actually, I think, live in Czechia, so they cannot vote for themselves, kind of. So yeah, this will be extremely interesting to watch. I'm very curious about Lithuania. I think this will really work, because like the song itself, it's not that crazily something I would listen. I don't, and I won't probably, but I really enjoy the live performance of this guy. It's memorable, the way how he performs with the authentic energy. I think that would be the only one, and it somehow doesn't belong to Eurovision, which always kind of works, or very oftenly, but it's completely something not completely experimental. Montenegro, Serbia, like if I could choose between those two, I would say Montenegro, honestly. Greece, I think, is qualifying. I wouldn't be doubting Greece semi-final. Like, she can really sing. It's not that charismatic singer, but by the song, it would be also a shock actually, non-qualifier. But I think Greek diaspora will support this. Ireland, Australia will be supported each other, and also by UK. So it will take some points from some borderlines, definitely. But if from this duo, I would bet on Australia much more than on Ireland, which is kind of like a basic song. Latvia, I think Latvia will work, because this is extremely different. It's this pagan, rural, this kind of really says something about the culture song, and such, I think, works. And also they can really perform. Maybe it's not such a strong as Vesna had before, but it's also more authentic song, kind of. So if they will do a similar show what they did in the national selection, I think this might really work on people who will be voting for it. Or also Lithuania will be voting for it. Also diasporas will be voting for it. Germany, UK, and I think also France. So there are many other countries who can really support this. Czechia, I'm extremely, I will be surprised, right? But I think that they did extremely huge mistake with this choreography. Like, let's see how it will look on live. Let's hope for not overcomplicated staging, but something which would make sense edit-wise and light-wise, and not all of it all together, because there are so many elements which can ruin it. Like last year, for example, they combined so all of it, also the stage and everything to it, that there was nothing about it, kind of. Still, amazing result. I expected worse, but they did a nice result after all. I would say even they didn't qualify. I think expectations were much lower. And for this, actually, the expectations are extremely higher, or extremely high, and for some reason, right? So I think this is going through. Israel, no doubts. Malta, no doubts in it. I think this is what will take more public votes than Finland. I think after all, Finland really, like, it has Denmark in here to vote for and Germany, but is it such strong song to be voted for? If you just think about it, in how many public votes magnets are in here: Australia, Finland, Malta, Israel. Like, this will receive many 12 points from many countries. Well, probably yes, probably still go through. Denmark will have it hard to qualify, but not because it's too regular, but it's a good song. It's a really good song. If there are juries in the semi-final, I think this is one of the songs which I would say automatically going through. With the public vote, I don't know if it can really compete with those funny things, but I wish it would. It would be a nice thing to do. Luxembourg, I think this is too basic. Like Ireland, they are two similar kind of songs. It's in French, so it will receive some point from France. And who else is there? Like maybe from Germany also, but it's in French, so I don't know. And maybe something from Israel. Let's see. Georgia, this is hard to swallow song by public, but it will take some points. In Serbia, I think this is the only completely out of context song in this case. If we agree, and kind of with Armenia, I would say, if we agree that this is even lesser quality music than the other ones, which I would say only Austria, Czechia, and let's say Israel, Malta, okay, more songs are ladies. Better average quality, I would say. Better average quality. One extensive Austria, but no hit. It's coming from here, which is also very, very pity. And yeah, this is what I think. It's extremely hard for predicting such a semifinals. Also with the fact that you don't know what you can really, so many countries really go directly to public vote, or they add to the song something what it's made for public, which somehow makes the Eurovision to be as much cliche as possible. That this is so weird. I really don't like this year because of this. It's the most boring year. After all, it might be also extremely interesting, because I would be surprised who will make it through. 6 countries will not make it, which is a lot. It's harder to predict for me this semi-final than the first one, and I'm very curious about your opinions. I'm sorry that this is kind of like this analytical, non-analytical, but this is so hard. Like, if I put also mathematics into it, I can see some patterns, who's voting for who or who doesn't. Then I will need to add some of my anyway subjective feeling, like which song I think it's stronger, or what people in general voting for more. There are more funny things or more these public things, also things which public normally doesn't vote too much for, like a Greece, for example. But will not Greece make it? Like, really? Might happen, because the charisma on stage of the singer, it's not that extensive crazy that you would say, like, I would send points. It's kind of hard to memo. Even she has the glasses, the lady with the glasses, this will always help. This is a good, I think this is also a good play, But is this that strong song? And also the artist? Vocally, yes, but, it's not just about it. I'm extremely curious what might happen, and I honestly saying I have no clue. Like, if I vote from jury standpoint, I would for sure choose different songs than public, me personally, but I already told you, and I'm curious about your opinion, so write them in the comments below. I'm curious, extremely curious about who do you think will make it, and become members if you want to support me. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and definitely watch my other videos, and definitely, or very probably, I will come again to this mathematical model of mine to predict it more accurately, let's say, who it might be completely based. When I really put mathematics, almost let's say 95% of what numbers will say than my personal feeling. So this was more about this, what I feel and how I feel it. The other one will be more technical, so I'm very curious about what numbers will come up and how this will really work in real life scenario. Anyway, that was all from me, so see you next time. Thank you for watching.